After a journey of successes and turmoil, the Bushinryu ninja has reached her goal and now stands at the bottom of the Olymp. Though she shall not remain alone, the pressing matter is now, who exactly has the pleasure of joining her? The room falls silent as a figure emerges, ready to push through the challenges ahead.
When it's all said and done, they gon' call me a legend. I love to break bread, but I'd rather break records.
Oh yes, that's right, it's Elena! Something quite different from Kimberly, though we will talk about the differences and even the similarities between the two. But let's not get ahead of ourselves and let me first talk about why I'm choosing Elena and not any other fighter. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious about the clues I dropped during the last livestream, the clues and their actual meaning are in the description. Alright then, let me be completely honest here. The real reason I'm going to be playing Elena is because I want to. I wasn't sure what fighter to pick, and I was going back and forth until I decided to just let that question simmer in my mind for a few days, and eventually my brain did the work itself and then randomly decided with conviction that it has to be Elena. In the same way I just knew I wanted to play Kimberly initially, I now want to play Elena. Obviously, I did have a look at her toolkit, and I've got to say, I bloody well like it. There are a couple of aspects of playing Kimberly that absolutely annoy the shit out of me. Mainly that I ignore certain aspects of fighting games when playing her, because if you're playing a rushdown character, especially one that excels at using mix-ups and neutral skips, then you're probably not spending a lot of time playing neutral. Thus, I get kind of itchy when nothing is happening and sometimes struggle against opponents that know how to effectively sit back. With Elena, that shouldn't be a problem anymore. Apparently, at least, she's got great buttons to take advantage of the opponent, whiffing moves, and her poke game is also quite good. In other words, it's time to enjoy a bit of footsies. But let's actually talk about Elena's moveset. So let's have a look at what Elena actually can do in-game. So first of all, let's do a little comparison. This is the standing light punch from Elena. Look at that. I mean, yes, it doesn't have massive range, but compare that to the likes of Kimberly and it's kind of good, isn't it? Like, this is quite the leg she's got. As you can see, decent jab, 5 frames to hit. Unfortunately not a full frame, but regardless, it's fine. Then with the standing medium punch, we get a good forward momentum. So the range is rather deceptive because, again, you're moving forward, right? Also possible to maybe space traps moves or some characters. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I will have a look at that later on. Pretty great. Then standing heavy punch, you get this one. I mean, the startup is rather lengthy, but I mean, it is what it is, right? It's pretty good, I think, for combos. Don't think you can do a lot more with this, but still pretty decent. Also, gotta say, good range, right? It's not, you don't have to be point blank, right? Pretty decent, the range on that. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is really good range. Regarding the kicks, we get the standing light kick. I mean, this is kind of what you want, right? I mean, hits low, is fast, not massive range, but decent enough range. What do you want? It's a light kick. Then for the standing medium kick, you get this one. And I'll admit, it looks a little bit awkward, right? But again, decent-ish range. And as far as I'm aware, yeah, it is +1 on block. So a great option for block strings, as you can see. Think it's your turn? Nope, it's not. You get thrown. All right, standing heavy kick. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, this is standing heavy punch, by the way. It's funny with Elena because all the moves are basically just kicks, but obviously, you know, input-wise, they're not. But yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's range. That's movement. Forward momentum. I mean, again, same startup as the heavy punch, standing heavy punch, funnily enough. But yeah, I mean, listen, those normals are kind of decent, I feel like. I mean, obviously, I don't think you're just throwing these out there, except for whiff punishes. I think these buttons, the heavy buttons, standing heavy buttons, are incredible for whiff punishes. Imagine. So, there we go. I mean, okay, yeah. Shut up, okay. Anyway, that's more or less what I wanted to show. So yeah, I mean, if you get this as a punish counter, I think it's really, really good. Because, again, the range is fine on both of these. You can get great combos off of them. I mean, that's just a target combo, by the way. It didn't really do anything other than press another stunning heavy punch there. So yeah, I mean, I do like it. But let's have a look at the crouching buttons. Okay, crouching light punch. You get this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really know what this is supposed to do. I mean, it is a full frame punch, which is good. I mean, it's the fastest move she has, so it's kind of good to mash out of strings maybe. But other than that, I don't think this does a lot. I mean, it doesn't have great range, but yeah, I think this is just the mashing tool. By the way, I can't be the only one thinking that this is kind of ineffective. If you were in an actual fight, you wouldn't be doing this. Like, that's too much. Elena, that's too much. Come on. Anyway, crouching medium punch. Look at that. Look at that. I like it. I like it. I mean, admittedly, even on hit, it's only +1. But I think it's decent. Again, decent range. Once more. Then, let's have a look at the crouching heavy punch. And that's an interesting one. I actually don't know whether the hitbox allows this to be an anti-air, but I mean, you get a DP, so you don't really need that. But, I mean, it's the start of 8 frames. I mean, have a look. This is start up 8 frames. This is start up... Okay, sorry, there was a bug there, right? Yeah, okay. So this is 9 frames. This is 8 frames. I think having a 9 frame heavy is kind of decent, right? I mean, this obviously is not your greatest range tool, but, I mean, we can make it work. The fact it hits twice is also really good. Yeah, but I think this button is definitely decent with the 2 hits there. And I mean, if you hit you're +6, which is really, really good in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's have a look at the crouching kicks. So we get crouching light kick. What? Okay, what? Is that a target combo? I'm gonna be honest. Okay. But I mean, you're not checking anything with this, right? You're always checking with standing. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't really know why I would really use this. I mean, you get 2 hits, I guess. Okay, I'll be real here. I'm not entirely sure, but that's the crouching light kick. Very endorsing. Anyway, this is the crouching medium kick then. And look at that. I like this one a lot. Now, I did have a look at the super combo. You've already seen, I'm showing you all the data with on it and block and everything. So those I've been pulling all from the super combo wiki. And according to the super combo wiki as well, this move, right, crouching medium kick, is not special cancelable. So yeah, as you can see, I've got the setting activated. So if we do this, no, I don't glow in any color whatsoever. So as you can see here, I can cancel it into DI. So that's more or less the difference. So you cannot cancel this, like, at all, which is incredibly annoying because I think if you could cancel this move, it'd be absolutely incredible. I mean, imagine here, drive rush into everything, whatever, right? I think that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But obviously, unfortunately, not possible. But one more thing I need to mention is you get this. So you get a target combo. Oops. And then you can follow up. That's kind of good. The unfortunate part about that is if the opponent is crouching. Let's have a look. Yeah. You just miss. You straight up miss. Which is incredibly annoying. So I don't really know what to do with the crouching medium kick as of yet. But it's there. It's a decent button, but you can't really do a lot of things with it. And it is -4 on block, which is also kind of annoying. But you know, not every button can be perfect. Okay, crouching heavy kick. It's the sweep. I mean, it does what you would expect it to do. It's high range, you know, start up is whatever, it's fine. And then obviously you get the knockdown, advantage of 31 frames, which is cool, right? That's decent. And it's minus 12 on block, which, you know, it's a sweep. What do you expect? So that's just good sweep. Great range on it. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, okay, there it doesn't hit, but you also move forwards here, which is interesting. But yeah, great range on it. But obviously, you need to be careful with that because you might be in trouble if you either whip it or hit it on block, because then you just die. All right, let's have a look at the. I mean, are we really gonna have a look at all the jumping buttons? I mean, I don't really know what to say about them. They're there. Honestly, I'm just gonna there. You can see the buttons. Right, I'm just gonna ignore them from here on forward. Yeah, I mean, you jump onto people, try to hit them. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. The jumping attacks are not really my focus, but I will obviously use them. But yeah, let's talk about more pressing matters. All right, for example, command normals, and Elena has a lot of them. Elena has a lot of target combos, and Elena has a lot of command normals. We'll talk about the target combos in just a bit. I mean, I've already shown a couple, but you know, let's properly talk about them in a bit. Let's first talk about the command normals. Okay, so first of all, we get Trunk Slap. I mean, great name, first of all. Great name. And it's forward heavy punch, which, that's kind of cool, right? That's incredible range, by the way. Like, look at that. Look at that. I mean, that is incredible, by the way. It is only -4 on block, which, let's be honest here. I mean, if I'm standing all the way over here and land this, you get pushed away, it's only -4, what are you going to do? Ice Kimberly can't punish that. I can't. I just cannot. I cannot jab. I cannot do anything, right? So, pretty safe, this move. Obviously, you lose your turn if it's on block, but, I mean, you're back into neutral, so it's nobody's turn, I suppose. Which is great. So yeah, great poke this, but it might look like it is, but it's not an overhead. Okay, so that's important to know. It's not an overhead, but you also get the handstand whip. And that one, okay, sorry, that was the target combo. I did not mean to press that. This is an overhead. They almost look the same, which is absolutely nasty. You're only like after half of the frames notice, which is the one I use. So this is an overhead, which is absolutely lovely and useful. And then obviously if you hit it, as you saw, it's -2 on block, which is also kind of ridiculous. But then you also get a target combo from it, which is fun, right? It's really fun. All right, next normal, or command normal rather, is round arc. This, I mean, seriously, is a very interesting command normal. I mean, you're kind of jumping backwards while hitting. I'm not entirely sure when to use this. You get a knockdown if it's anything but a normal hit. So counter hit, it's already a knockdown, which is fun, I guess. But I mean, this is maybe something for spacing. I don't know whether this can function as an anti-air. I would suspect it does not properly work. But I mean, it most certainly is a move. A very interesting one of that. But it's a move. Very cool. And Elena also has one of my absolute favorites. A slide. I mean, okay, listen. I'm a bit of a slide addict when it comes to Kimberly. But that's mostly because I failed to get in otherwise. But doesn't mean I will rely entirely on this slide. It's just good it's there, okay? So the slide is this. So forward, downwards, and then heavy kick. Obviously, you get a knockdown, which is interesting because you don't get a knockdown with Kimberly. So this is, you kind of want to get in, then you're point blank. The advantage is 35 frames. Yeah, 35 frames, which is interesting. You can definitely get some great Oki from that. But also, you're probably using this as a punish counter, right? You're not just doing this randomly, right? Because, I mean, listen, if it's perfectly spaced, apparently it's going to be -2. I will never get that. It's probably going to be -10. So, you know, this is not really a safe move. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, by the way. I'm not saying that. But if you're going in, you're probably using this as a punish counter. Then you get even more Oki advantage. So, yeah. Good to be aware of that, and you can definitely do something after this with your Oki and really put on the pressure. All right, let's talk about the target combos now. Now, target combo wise, again, Elena has quite a lot. First off, really easy. this. You know. Issue with that. Whiffs on crouching opponents. Now this is one of Elena's biggest weaknesses. If you play Elena, you need to know whether your opponent's crouching or not, because half of her moves apparently whiff, which is, you know, suboptimal. Let's be honest, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, Starling Beak, this one's called. I love the names. Yeah, whiffs on crouching, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of, I mean, this is just, you can just go for this, right? Also works really, really well because of the forward momentum and therefore the range. As a punish counter, you instantly get a second hit and combo afterwards. It's good. It's good, right? Okay, then you get Turning Tail, which I've already shown if I'm right. Yeah, so this is standing heavy punch into heavy punch again, and you just get a couple extra hits. Really, really decent. Again, you're gonna be using, the standing heavy punch as a whiff punishing tool as well. Therefore, if you get this, great option, right? Great option. You can just let the opponent get knocked down, which is fine. You know, you get good advantage on that. But also, you can combo into it. I can't show it because I haven't learned any combos yet, but you can combo into a couple of moves. A super scratch wheel, which I'm going to show in a bit. Or alternatively, if it's a punish counter, you can even do better and more sophisticated combos. Then you also get the hind kick. The hind kick. Right, what's that? The hind kick is... Sorry. This one. So, also a very interesting move, by the way. So it's standing medium kick into heavy punch, right? And also pretty good, right? This, let me just show you, does not whiff, which is good. By the way, I didn't know whether I mentioned this or not, but this also does not whiff on crouching opponents. So I forgot to mention that, okay? But yeah, back to the hind kick, right? Oops. Does not whiff on crouching opponents, which is great. You can cancel afterwards, so that's good. You get a knockdown if you want. You can get a combo out of it. I think this is pretty neat. This is pretty neat. And I mean, yeah, this move is kind of awkward a little bit, but I think you get, I get used to it, right? And then great follow-up. I mean, this is what I really like about Elena. It seems like she has unlimited options because she obviously has the normal amount of normals you would expect. She then has a couple of good command normals and almost an infinite amount of follow-ups. So target combos, after those normals she has. So it almost feels like she's got 25 normals to throw out there, which honestly just feels great because you get so many options. It's really cool. That's not it, by the way. We're not done with the target combos. Not even close. Next one is Fluttering Lark. These names are really, Anyway, similar to the earlier one, but instead of standing medium kick, it's crouching medium kick. But as you can see, you miss. And I've already shown that, I am aware, but you know, let's show it again. So yeah, this whiffs on a crouching opponent, which is incredibly annoying. But if you hit, you get a nice little combo. By the way, what does this mean? Let me have a look. It says here that it can never be stand blocked, but block data applies if opponent holds parry, which makes sense to me. What? Okay, so wait. You have to crouch to block it. What? Huh? Because it's a low. And then you don't have the time to get up. Hold on. I just understood that. Okay. Oh, that's how that works. Oh, that's super cool. That I did not know these types of interactions existed. Obviously it's not that hard of a concept to grasp, but that's really cool. So because it's a low, you have to obviously crouch block it. Otherwise, what's the friggin' point? And you have to keep crouching because you do not have the time during block stun to get up again. Which means if this is blocked, you just never go into the target combo because there's no point, right? Literally no point. Interesting. But, as I said, neat little target combo. The only annoying part is that, I mean, the crouching medium kick doesn't force the opponent into standing, which, you know, it would be great. Let's next go to Trunk Slap. Now, we've already talked about Trunk Slap, right? It's this one. No. It's this one. This is Trunk Slap. But there's a target combo for Trunk Slap as well. Let's have a look at it. There you go. I mean, you even get longer, right? You gotta keep pressing it. Keep pressing it. I mean, by the way, just want to say this. This has mega range, right? Incredible range. And if you hit that, I mean, you can just throw this out as a poke. Apparently, that's what I heard, right? And then you get this, and it's just 2,000 damage. Just like that. I didn't even have to do anything mechanically there. Just a target combo, keep pressing the same button over and over again. 2,000 damage, safe range. Again, we talked about this. The Trunk Slap first move here is really hard to punish, right? 2,000 damage. Sorry, but that's incredible. That is incredible. Elena, what are you doing? That's incredible, okay? I love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, and you get Oki, obviously. Let's have a look at the Oki. Plus 40, by the way. That's without anything. That's normal hit, right? That's not punish counter, not that. That's plus 40, by the way. Just saying, okay? This is hilarious. Okay, I love that. I love that target combo. I think that's my favorite one, by the way. Trunk Slap rules, okay? Absolutely rules. But we're not done yet. We got one more that's not in the air. Okay, so let's talk about the handstand whip, okay? I mean, what's even that? What's even that? So, same as the Trunk Slap, you get a target combo for this move, right? And then you can just follow up. I mean, yeah, it's not as much damage. The Oki isn't as good as with Trunk Slap, but don't forget, this first move is an overhead. And I do think the second one's an overhead as well. Listen, the animation clearly says it's an overhead, okay? That's what I'm going to be sticking with here. I am not entirely sure how I could tell the W to do that, but it's the same animation as for the first hit with the, you know, it has to be an overhead. I'm going to say the second hit's an overhead as well. So you don't get as good off, you know, Oki, and the damage is not as high with the Trunk Slap target combo, but it's 2 overheads. So that's the difference. Trunk Slap's not an overhead, and the handstand whip is. Okay. Let's have a look at the throws, because there's a weakness, okay? There's a weakness here with the throws. Let's have a look. Why am I so far away? I mean, obviously, that was with the back roll. Let's have another look without the back roll. Why am I here? Why am I not right next to you? I find that quite frustrating as someone who's used to just being able to throw loop with Kimberly, right? That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. You can still drive rush in. So let's have a look. And then, yeah, you can throw loop it, but you have to drive rush in. So it's fine. I don't mind, honestly. I don't mind. Let's have a look at the back throw. I love that animation, by the way. But this is the fun part. I'm actually closer. I find that incredibly weird, but I'm actually, like, on the back throw, you're closer on Elena compared to a forward throw. I find that incredibly strange, but it is what it is. Then, let's have a look at her special moves. Now, special moves are really interesting. So, first, we have the Rhino Horn, right? Rhino Horn. Obviously, similarly with Kimberly's elbow, Elena has several different versions. First of all, you get the light. The issue is it whiffs on crouching opponents, which is annoying. Then we've got the medium version. I mean, the only discernible difference I can see right now is the damage, the startup. That's pretty much it, I think. The active frames are slightly different, but that's pretty much it. And recovery frames, like, slightly. Frame data is slightly different, but it's everything whiffs on crouching opponents. And then you get heavy version, right? And then you get the OD version. Okay. So it's a little bit tough to just throw it out because it whiffs on crouching opponents, which is annoying. You're dead on block. I mean, technically speaking, if spaced correctly, it can be -4. If this was plus, I would literally uninstall the game, but it's fine. So yeah, if spaced correctly, it is only -4, but if not, it's -9. So you shouldn't just throw this out, okay? You better not. Then we've got her anti-air, her DP, scratch wheel. Now, I'm very happy to have a DP, a proper DP. It's just cool to have tools that Kimberly doesn't have. So, scratch wheel, right? Okay, this is a weird one. I want to learn a shortcut for this. I mean, it's not hard to do, but I'm not used to it. But yeah. So this is scratch wheel. You can, again, get 4 different versions. You get this one. Hello. You get the light one. You get the medium one. And you get the heavy one. And obviously, overdrive as well, where you get extra hits. So again, show you. Right, I mean, these are several hits already, but then here you get a little bit more. With that being said, usually you do this for anti-airs, right? Really good. Obviously, it's a little bit annoying that it costs you drive gauge, but you should be able to use any single one of these as an anti-air, but obviously the OD version is the best one. Then, the roll. One of Elena's signature moves, at least here. I don't know what she actually had in previous versions, but regardless. The Link's Song, it's called, right? And here, again, 4 different versions, all right? You get a light version. Let me show you. You get a medium version, a heavy version, and the OD version. Now, what's the difference between these? First of all, compare the light one to the heavy. You get a lot more forward momentum, but if we have a look at the frame data, right? See? The recovery is also way longer, and obviously active frames. You cover more space, therefore active frames are obviously longer, but the recovery frames are also a lot longer. The medium's obviously between light and heavy. So, and then for the OD version, you kind of combine them. You get less recovery, way more active frames, and you also get, and you benefit from something that I will talk about now, because Elena can upgrade the moves she gets out of this roll, okay? So if we do something like this, so I can keep rolling, and as you can see, there are now particles that are flowing next to me. Okay, now I messed it up. So if I do the first roll, no particles. If I do a second one, particles suddenly appear. Now, what does that mean? There are a couple of moves you get out of this roll, and these moves are enhanced when you do a double roll or do the OD version, right? So let's have a look at that. There we go. Okay, so that's the enhanced version. Let me show you the, well, normal version, whatever. There we go. So that's the normal version. As you can see, the enhanced version has the advantage of being plus on block. It's +1 on block, gets better knockdown Oki, and has faster recovery and more damage. Slightly more damage. And has 2 hits instead of just 1, which is also great, I suppose. So it's always good if you can get these in. These are a great Oki tool Elena has. But yeah, before I get ahead of myself, let's carry on. I should probably talk about Harvest Circle, which is a launcher. Incredibly jazzy. So let's have a look at that one. As you can see, pretty cool launcher, right? Obviously, you can then DP from that as a scratch wheel, which is great, but let's have a look at the OD version. Even better launcher, right? Less minus on block. This time it isn't actually plus on block because the normal version is -9, but the enhanced version is -4 on block, which is kind of good, right? You get, again, 2 hits instead of 1, which total to more damage, naturally, and less recovery frames as well. And if you get this enhanced version here, you can also get a really, really good combo. Third option you get is an overhead. We love overheads, right? This is the overhead. Let me show you. I love that. I love that already. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. Okay. Yes. What I meant to say is you can also, by the way, this is -3 on block, right? But if you use the enhanced version, it is +3 on block, which is absolutely and utterly ridiculous, by the way. That means you can just let me show you something. And look at that. Because it's +3, you effectively get a free, not meaty because it's not a knockdown, but like you can get a free block string if you use your crouching light punch here afterwards. So let me show you another time. Sorry. There we go. So that's a true block string, right? Which is incredibly funny. Now, yeah, this is -1 on block. That's true, but all right. Then one more special with 4 versions again. We're going to talk about spinning scythe. Okay. Now, I've already used this more or less accidentally a couple of times, but it's this one, right? That was the medium version. Let me do this. So, you get a couple of hits here, right? Which is cool. But it also means that if you hit this on block, what are you doing, right? You're -12. If this whiffs, you're at -8 billion. Very unfortunate. But yeah, again, you get light version, you get the medium version, you get the heavy version, and you get the OD version. Now, what's the difference between all of these? The damage, slightly. Not much, but kind of good. Recovery frames, again. Although the recovery frames from the heavy, see, the medium kick is more minus than the heavy kick, which is something I don't quite understand. Like I really don't know why that would ever be something you would do. But the interesting part about this move is it's incredibly invaluable in combos. Why? Well, if we have a look at this, say you've got a crouching opponent and you want them to stand up so you can get better combos in, right? Now they're standing. So the last couple of hits would whiff. So you've got 4 hits, right? Right? And the last 2 hits would whiff on a crouching opponent, but the first 2, if connected, force the opponent to stand, which is incredible, right? So that's a good part. So if you're worrying about your opponent crouching, don't, because this forces standing, right? And then you can combo afterwards. It's kind of cool, right? But there's also one more super we got to talk about. I cannot keep track of all of these. Why do you have so many moves, Elena? I mean, I kind of like it, but I struggle with keeping all of this in my brain. Okay. There's also the Moon Glider, okay? And the Moon Glider also has 4 different versions, and it's this. So quarter circle backward, and then you get the light version, you get the medium version, you get the heavy version, which is incredibly jazzy because you kind of backdash, right? Compare that to the others, right? And OD version, sorry, that was the wrong one. Has obviously, you know, also the backdash faster than the heavy version. If we compare that, right? Yeah, that's all I've got to say about this. They're also pretty good on block. So they're -3, -2, -2, and then -3 again. So that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty nifty. But because we're not done yet, almost with the specials, we're almost done. But you can also get follow-up from that. That's kind of like a command special almost. I don't know what to call this, but it's a follow-up, okay? From this Moon Glider, okay? You can get this, okay? Forward, and any punch button works. And you get the follow-up. Elena has so many buttons. It's incredible. Not just normals, but also specials. It's absurd, okay? It's absurd. But, yeah, I mean, we're done. Those are all her attacks, other than the jumping, obviously. Those ones I skipped. Okay, but we have to do one more thing. And that's going to be the supers, okay? She's got very interesting supers because the supers are not just do damage, okay? They're not just combo enders. So this is her level 1, right? And this can be used in a combo, right? Specifically, you can use this after the enhanced roll launcher. No, okay. Listen, I've got to train this, but you can basically do the launcher, then do the level 1, and then do a scratch through afterwards. And I think you could even do 2 level 1s in one combo, which is incredible. But yeah, this can act as a combo tool. The downside is it's not invincible. So you cannot, if you're on burnout, wake up level 1 and punch the opponent because you get hit out of it. That's the only downside. But it's great for combos, to extend combos, to improve combos, and not just as a combo ender, right? Pretty cool. Then, level 2. There we go. So that's the level 2. Now, this level 2 also has a couple of special properties. First of all, you can... It's got great range. Let me show you. So this almost connects, so you can stand like here, I believe, and it connects. No, okay, well, but you can stand here, right? Surely. Yes, okay. So it has really decent range, meaning if you're in neutral, like so, and the opponent throws a fireball, you can just super through it, right? Which is great. But that's one version. It also has the second version, and it's the legendary and famous Elena heal. Now let's have a look at that one. So if you do this and keep pressing the button, you will heal instead. Obviously, you lose a bit of damage, but I mean, healing's cool. So it's just great to have different options here. And if you can't kill with a level 2 ender to your combo, then it's probably good to go for the heal. It may not be that useful if you're already full life, but if you're already full life and you're thinking about going for a kill with a level 2, then you're in a good spot anyway. So then just let it rock. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you've also got the level 3. So this is the level 3, and it's a normal level 3. It doesn't do anything special, just does damage, but it's got a cool animation, great combo ender, and that's all there is to it. But it can also apparently be used as an anti-air, it says here, which is, you know, that's pretty cool. Let's have another look. So yeah, as you can see, this is also kind of good animation-wise and hitbox-wise as an anti-air, right? Great option. Really do like the supers from Elena. And that's it if we're just talking about a toolkit then. I mean, obviously, I could go and do some combos, but I'm not going to do them now because honestly, I'm struggling, okay? It's tough out here. So, yeah, I will have to go into the lab and train a couple of combos until I can show them to you. But that's everything Elena's got, and let me tell you, I think it's quite a lot, and I do believe that if I'm going to play her, I will have to adapt to a new style of play that's gonna help me learn the fundamentals of the game, which is something I definitely want to do. And cool, thanks for the kudos. Yeah, sniff. What do you mean sniff? Okay. So yeah, that's going to be something I definitely want to do. Play a lot of footsies with her, and let's see how it goes. I will be back with Elena. Not playing Elena necessarily, maybe a couple of casual matches, but next time I'm going to be talking about Elena will be to present combos. So I will have a look at the combos, try to learn a couple of them, and then we're going to decide which ones to use, or which ones to focus on rather. With that being said, thanks a lot. Thanks for being here. See you in the next one, and bye. Bye.